Yeah, obviously got off to a great start, got us going offensively. That was a concern against a very good defensive team. Could we score against them? And obviously Paul's how efficient he was in that first quarter really got us off to a great start on the offensive end. And I thought our defense was really good as well early on. Great to see him find his rhythm early and play like that throughout the game.
Going into this game, you said turnovers were going to be a concern. This team did a good job of limiting the turnovers tonight.
Yeah, we did. Guys understood the importance of valuing the ball, not turning it over because that ignites their break, that gets them going. And, we're able to do, I thought we did a really good job of defending DeMar and Kyle without fouling, limiting their free throw attempts, and it was a great game for 3.5 quarters.
How are you continuing to see Jamal get more comfortable in that point guard position?
Yeah, he's just being aggressive, and I love the pace that he's playing at. Even in the second half, he had a couple of coast-to-coast drives, just putting pressure on the defense. Defensively, he's taking on the challenge of guarding a guy like Kyle Lowry. He's not backing down, and I just see his confidence growing in the last 4 or 5 games. He's a different Jamal Murray than we saw earlier in the season.
With Paul Millsap being so aggressive early on, was that something that you thought you could take advantage of when you scouted them, or just was that the way that it flowed naturally?
Yeah, I knew Paul was going to be aggressive coming off the 2 for 13 game in New York. I know he was disappointed in his performance in the Garden, and obviously for him to get hot like that from the 3-point line, draw 2 4-point plays. It was great to see when he brings that element to the game. Obviously, we're a pretty high-powered offense when we got all of our guys clicking, and Paul was a big part of that tonight.
Ball was flying around the court. Is this kind of do you feel like your offense kind of kicked itself into gear tonight? It seemed more like an offensive goal.
Yeah, and I think we've been seeing a lot more of that. I think going into the game tonight, last 3 games, I think we're averaging 113 points a game. And tonight, what's even more remarkable is against a very good defensive team. I think they were second or third in defensive efficiency. So for us to put up the numbers that we've put up, and again, 3.5 quarters, it was great to watch on both ends of the floor.
The third quarter has been pretty good for you the last 3 games. What's been the difference in that?
I'd say our defense. Whether it's Brooklyn, whether it's New York in the Garden, or tonight, I think we've held most of those teams to a really low field goal percentage. And then offensively, we just balls flying. I think the spacing is, getting there, and guys looking to make plays for each other. That's who we were for 3.5 months last year, and I think we're starting to find our identity with that again early in the season.
There were a couple times when Toronto made a couple little runs. How were you able to kind of withstand that? I don't think they got closer than 9 points in the third quarter.
Yeah, they came out trying to be really aggressive, and I told our guys at halftime, expect Kyle and DeMar to be very aggressive to start the third quarter to try to get their team going. And you could even hear their bench. They were into it. They were trying to will their guys into and they came out and hit us in the mouth a little bit, but we responded. We came right back at them. We scored a couple of big buckets to stem the tide, and then we went on a run of our own. So, that's what teams are going to do when they're down. And we did that to New York. We handled it well tonight. We didn't give in to their pressure. We didn't turn the ball over. And we were able to execute and get great shots in the offensive end.
Coach, Emmanuel looks really confident with his jumper right now. What do you see from him as far as just shooting the ball?
As you said, just a confident young player who's put a lot of time into his game. He's an improved shooter, and he's stepping into his shot and shooting it with confidence, and I think that makes all the difference in the world.
What did you see from Paul and Nicole meshing in this game? It seemed like they were a lot more cohesive than they have been throughout the season so far.
Yeah, and I think they've been doing that. I don't think tonight was, Paul got off tonight offensively, but those guys are, I think, in this last 4-game road trip, I think the Atlanta game, you started to see it. Brooklyn was even better. And even though Paul didn't score, was able to finish in New York, I think it's been a work in progress, but you can definitely see them getting a lot more comfortable playing off of each other and spacing off of each other. And as well as Jamal, Gary, and Wilson, I think that 5-man unit is playing at a high level right now.
What do you think of Nicole's defense tonight?
Thought it was great. He had a couple of big plays at the rim using his length. Obviously, he's not the most athletic guy in the world, but he was able to use his length and be a very good position defender. And again, we gave up 40 points in the fourth quarter, which is unacceptable. I don't give a crap what their score is, how much you're up. Our defense in the last 6 minutes was embarrassing.